Imagine going into a game while you're just minding your own business, only to find yourself going against a defender who just won't stop talking trash. Many players experience this, and for anyone who's good at playing the game, this situation is somewhat relatable. Now imagine playing in that game and absolutely destroying the trash talkers so badly that they don't even hate you or have any malice towards you, but instead, they become like your biggest fan, like to the point of going on national TV and choosing you over LeBron type of biggest fan. In 2008, the Los Angeles Lakers faced the Denver Nuggets in the first round of the playoffs, and Kobe Bryant did exactly that to Kenyon Martin. Now, for those who may not know who Kenyon is, he's a former NBA player and he was the first overall pick in the 2000 NBA draft. He played 15 seasons in the NBA, and yes, his son is Kenyon Martin Jr. While Kenyon Martin Sr. was not really an offensive juggernaut, he was a really good defender. He was also a very chippy and physical player, and some could even say that he went overboard sometimes. And in his time with the Denver Nuggets, he was without a doubt the best defender on his team, which is why he was given the task of guarding Kobe Bryant in that series. This was 2008, which is the year that Kobe was named league MVP, and he was still at his peak. So even though Kenyon was a great defender, this was going to be an extremely tough assignment, even for him. But he'd have to wait and see just how tough it would be. In Game 1, Kobe shot just 9 of 26, so Kenyon did a good job contesting the shots and making him uncomfortable. But even with the poor shooting, Kobe still managed to finish the game with 32 points by getting to the free throw line. So in Game 2, Kenyon decided to take his defense a notch higher, and he pulled out a move that he was very familiar with and one that he would ultimately regret. That, of course, being trash talk. The game started and the two players seemed ready for their assignment. Kobe was aggressive and Kenyon was playing good defense. On his first scoring attempt, Kobe tried to lay it up and he missed it as it was well contested by Kenyon Martin. And then, less than a minute later, while being guarded by Kenyon, he attempted his second shot, a mid-range jump shot, which he missed. Remember, Kenyon had held Kobe to just 9 of 26 from the field, and now this. Even the announcers were talking about how good Kenyon was doing.
Kobe only 9 of 26 from the field. Kenyon Martin did an excellent job against Bryant.
But you know very well that the league MVP wasn't going to miss everything. Kobe proceeded to make his next two shots on back-to-back possessions. When it seemed like he was catching a rhythm, he got the ball, drove to the basket, and was stripped by Kenyon Martin. And this is when things started to take a turn. Kobe fell to the ground, and as the two teams ran back to the other side, Kobe and Kenyon stayed behind. And as you will see, this is most likely where Kenyon began to talk trash. Just 40 seconds later, Kenyon got the ball and scored on a nice spin and hook, and if you look closely, you can see him yelling in Kobe's direction. I guess he kept talking, and the whole time Kobe hadn't said a word. But Kobe was about to make his presence felt in a way that Kenyon Martin will never forget.
And we was playing them when I was in Denver, and Kenyon started guarding, and Kenyon was saying to him and he wasn't doing anything. They were going back and forth with each other, and Kenyon was like, you know, you put on your sneakers like I put on mine. You put on your uniform like I put on. I'm scared of you, man. I beat your da-da-da-da, going crazy with him. And I'm sitting there looking like, because he's been quiet.
This is going to be bad.
Came off the bench 6 days. So Anthony comes over to help. Kobe able to slice it. Here comes Bryant. Bryant shooting over
the last few years, but he has
7 of 9 shooting. Now here's Bryant.
Man, this man started going crazy. I mean, dunks, threes, mid-range. I mean, killing us.
In the last 4 minutes and 33 seconds of the first quarter, Kobe exploded for 16 points and finished the period with 20 points, while making 8 straight shots. And in an interview that took place after the first half, Kobe had this to say about being guarded by Kenyon.
Kenyon Martin's the best single one-on-one defender. When he comes out of the game and you have J.R. Smith or somebody else on you, what's your mentality? What do you do?
Same thing as when Kenyon's in the game, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. All right, thanks a lot. Kobe.
The outburst made the Denver Nuggets switch from man-to-man, and they decided to go with box-and-one defense. But that didn't matter because that wasn't the only scoring outburst that Kobe was going to have in that game. In the fourth quarter, Kobe went on to score 19 points, putting the Nuggets to sleep. And it was actually during this crazy performance that someone in the camera crew snapped this legendary Kobe picture. When Kobe felt like he was done abusing the Nuggets, he said this to Allen Iverson.
I think he had like 49 or something. And somebody was shooting a free throw. And my nickname is Chuck.
Yeah, right.
So he was like, Chuck. He said I was chilling. And they shook the tree and the mamba fell out. And I was like, shh.
Kenyon finished with 10 points, but he fouled out of the game, and 3 of those fouls were on Kobe. Kobe, on the other hand, finished with 49 points and 10 assists, and he was only 1 point and 1 assist shy of his playoff career high in both categories. But as you can tell from the title, this is not where the story ends. Kenyon Martin tried to talk trash to Kobe, but he quickly learned that that's something you don't do. I'm not sure if this was the last time he talked trash to Kobe, because they had a few heated battles. But from the sound of this story, this was as bad as it ever got for Kenyon, and it later became clear that somewhere along the way, his attitude towards Kobe changed dramatically. In 2017, Kenyon Martin wrote an article for the Players Tribune about the 5 guys everybody hated to play against. He included Kobe and had a lot to say about him, like how if you stepped up to him, he'd fight back, or if you clubbed him or hit him, he'd make you pay. And on the topic of trash talking Kobe, he had this to say: "There's a lot of trash talking on the court, but nobody ever said to Kobe." Well, we heard from his own teammate that he tried it once, so it's safe to say that he learned a lesson about trash talking Kobe. But it doesn't end there. Among the people who have defended Kobe's legacy, Kenyon is perhaps the most outspoken. On the show Undisputed, Skip and Shannon were having a Kobe versus LeBron debate, and Kenyon made it clear that he respects LeBron, but he would take Kobe over him.
Understand, taking nothing away from LeBron, but I'm Team Kobe.
Because?
Just mentality. He's the closest thing, in my opinion, to Michael Jordan.
And on Kevin Garnett's show, KG asked different retired players which player gave them the toughest matchup, and Kenyon still went with Kobe.
I came out a few timeouts, man. They put me on Kobe. So I had that matchup from the beginning of the game sometimes, man, and I just... Yeah, like, it's going to be a long one. Listen, it's going to be a long one, man, because I couldn't route on him. But a lot of people, I can get up under their skin. I can bump, push, hold, grab, do my thing. Him, it's just like...
That's not all though. On Halloween of the year 2020, Kenyon Martin lit a huge Kobe mural made of pumpkins and another one of Gigi in honor of their lives. There's a whole lot of other videos in which Kenyon is just giving Kobe his flowers, and at the end of the day, I don't think Kenyon ever hated Kobe. He was just going at him as a competitor, but it's clear that Kobe earned his respect in a special way. That's it for the video though. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. You hear many people on YouTube say that, so I guess it becomes cliche, so I'll just say it again so you know that I mean it. That's it for the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.
They really must be hardened. Traveling with no cars, wait, they really must be hardened. Traveling with no cars, hey, oh Lord.